Welcome back to the part 2 of the magical world of Art Nouveau in Prague. In the part 2, we will explore even more masterpieces hidden around Prague. Additionally to that, I will even take you to the deep dive into the global history of this art style, exploring where and how this style first emerged. And if you haven't seen the part 1, I recommend you to check it out because it will give you the full context. Now let's begin with a true hidden gem. The place is so discreet that not even many locals heard about that. Far from the usual tourist routes, tucked away in the quiet, narrow streets of Smihok district. Let's go. Villa Helenka. Built in 1903, Villa Helenka was designed and constructed by architect Alois Korda as a unique residential home to himself and his family, showcasing his architectural vision. It is believed that the tower with this round window wasn't just decorative. Architect likely used it as his personal atelier, a private studio where he could draw, design, and experiment with ideas. Well, I wish to have my own atelier like this. This remote villa is located in residential area of Prague 5 on the Smihov Hill. To get there, take a bus 137 from Naknizhice bus station because the climb is quite steep. But the trip worth it because there are a lot of beautiful villas in the area and few viewpoints on the way. Now, from private villa, we are moving back to the city center to one of the most sacred places of Prague. And apparently, it is also a representative of Art Nouveau, the Jerusalem Synagogue. I haven't been in many synagogues, but I think this one belongs among the most beautiful one. This synagogue is the only one synagogue that survived severe conditions of the time and wasn't demolished during Second World War. Most of the synagogues in Prague were destroyed. This synagogue was used by Nazis as a warehouse. Thanks to that, structurally, it came through the war in one piece, and after war finished, it was returned to the Jewish community. And the author is Wilhelm Szczasny, Jewish from Bratislava, and his project won the official competition. Why this synagogue belongs to Art Nouveau? Well, we see here the typical for Art Nouveau open roof that gives natural lighting to the space. It was one of the innovations of the time. Also, this kind of glass roof makes the space looking bigger and save some electricity. The Jerusalem Synagogue is an interesting example of Art Nouveau in Mauritanian style. That style was inspired by Islamic architecture of North Africa and North Spain, and sometimes it's called Al-Andalus. Rich geometric patterns, calligraphic motifs, onion-shaped domes. I definitely see some similarities with Morocco, for example. Many synagogues, including the Jerusalem Synagogue in Prague, were built in this kind of style because visually it separated Jewish buildings from Christian churches, and it also referenced the golden age of Jewish life in Moorish Spain. Did you notice this organ? It was made by Heinrich Schiffner, a well-known Prague organ builder. After the war, it required restoration because the pipes and mechanisms were badly damaged by dirt and humidity. But somehow they managed to fix it and now everything is fully functioning. To be honest, I would like to listen to it once. You can visit synagogue all days except Saturday. Online ticket website I will leave in the description below. Now I want to walk you through the historical context of Secese and give you a broader picture to it. For that, we need to travel abroad. You remember in the part 1 I mentioned that every country adopted it in a slightly different way. Well, now it's the time to show you how different it was. It is believed that Art Nouveau style originated in London and from there spread throughout Europe. As we remember, technological revolution changed the way of living, but people were tired of mass production and wanted to return to the roots, to the nature. Plus, technological revolution brought innovative technologies and allowed to architects to make their craziest dreams come true. The main center of new art is becoming not Paris, but oddly enough, Brussels. At the end of 19th century, the city was distinguished by greater freedom of morals and the public was less conservative than in Paris. And most of the Art Nouveau exhibitions were held in Brussels as well. One of the main progenitors of this movement was Victor Horta. He was the first architect that proposed soft lines, curved stairs, glass rooftop that bring natural lights inside. His ideas became the foundation stone for all subsequent Art Nouveau buildings. He made a lot of masterpieces around Brussels and became a trendsetter. Another famous name is Antonio Gaudi. His works, including Casa Mia, Casa Balliol, Alain, and of course La Sagrada Familia, are also belonging to Art Nouveau, or Modernismo, how they call it in Spain. It is well known that Antonio Gaudi drew much of his inspiration from the marine life. Growing up near the Mediterranean, he translated forms of waves, shells, and marine life directly into architecture. The way how he incorporated nature in every corner of his building, or the way how he worked with Maiolica. By the way, he often used broken tiles to make mosaics, which was both creative and eco friendly, turning waste into the art. Vienna also offers many outstanding examples of Art Nouveau, including the famous Maiolica House and the Wiener Secession building. Gustav Klimt, whose monumental mural, the Beethoven Frieze, is placed inside of the Secession, was not only a master of the Art Nouveau style, but also a leading figure of that movement, actively shaping and promoting its ideals. And by the way, Klimt is my all time favorite artist and big source of inspiration. So I was happily surprised to discover he also belongs to Art Nouveau movement. From that point, just want to show you the works of craft belonging to that period. It's literally art itself, but in the form of everyday objects. Comparing with the fact that now we are surrounded by mass production, I understand the people who collect antiques. I believe that Art Nouveau can be reborn again. I wish it will be. So I even made the naming for this new style movement, Meta Secese. Well, now let's step out of my AI fantasies and return to our story. The Czech artist I want to introduce you now is not just a part of Art Nouveau. He is Art Nouveau. His works are everywhere. I'm fairly sure every household of Czech Republic has one of it. And without him, this story will not be completed. Just letting you guess who it is. Of course, it is Alfons Mucha, the most famous Czech person outside of Czech Republic, the most nominated worldwide artist, and I would say the first graphic designer of its time. You will ask, what is she talks about? Well, let's deep dive into the history and you will understand. Born in little village in Czech Republic, Ivančice, he was from simple family, but desperately wanted to study art, and after winning the scholarship to study in Munich, he finally achieved his dream. But the fame found him in Paris. We already know small businesses were rising at this period, and at the same point, they started to have a need in advertisement. Imagine, it also did not exist before. All the arts posters were handmade. It was a real drawing by artists, and Alfons Mucha became one of these kind of artists. which nowadays we'll call as graphic designer. His first poster was for theater premiere of Gismonda, with actress Sarah Bernard in main role. Paradoxically, she was the one who ordered this poster and after crazy success of it became his patroness for several years. It was a match made in heaven. She was his muse, but the muse only. Many posters after he developed his absolutely unique, distinctive style with elegant flowing lines and beautiful, idealized women, often surrounded by decorative motifs. This look became synonymous of Art Nouveau. Mucha was truly multidisciplinary artist. He worked on theater set designs, murals, book illustrations. He created jewelry design, decorative panels, and even patterns for wallpapers. Wallpapers also just appeared as decorative element for interior. After his huge success, he became more introverted and became interested in spiritualism, which was gaining popularity at that time. He was also a part of secret society that aimed to free the Slavs from oppression and unite them. All of this led him to the project of his lifetime, the Slavic Epopeia. I will not go deeper inside of it, but you can see this masterpiece partially in our next building. Now, my last remark to it. He is not Mucha, not Musha. His surname is pronounced in Czech like Mucha. We are almost in the end, and the final gem of Prague Secese could be nothing but this. I want to introduce you to the jewel in the crown, Obecny Dom, or Municipal House. Sure, you walk next to it 300 times, but how many of you have actually seen the inside? Well, let me steer you up a bit. This building was one of the biggest construction projects of its time. After winning the architectural competition, Antonin Bolshanek, together with our old friend Oswald Polivka, began bringing the project to life. For 7 years, the most brilliant minds worked on the project. Engineers, constructors, artists, and craftsmen. And finally, in 1912, the building was presented to the public. So why did it take so long? Because Obecny Dom was full of groundbreaking engineering innovations. Central heating, air conditioning, plumbing, electricity, hydraulic elevators, a steam laundry room, freezers, pneumatic mail system, and even telephone lines. It was a true miracle of technology. Inside the major hall, you will find famous paintings by Alfons Mucha, including portraits of important Czech historical figures. He devoted around 3 years to design and execute the murals to its final state. And the most important part, the independent Czechoslovak Republic was proclaimed here in 1918. Inside, you will also find the concert hall Smetanova Scene with a capacity of 1,200 seats, famous for its incredible acoustics and stunning interior. Check the website link I will leave in the description below. You can also visit 2 restaurants and a bar, making it perfect place for drink or a fancy dining after exploring the city. From time to time, they also organize tours inside, usually as a part of city festival. Well, now you know it all. Next time you pass by, just take a moment to appreciate the beauty of Prague Secese and the history hidden inside. Well, that is it, guys. If you watch it till here, thank you so much because you help my channel to grow. I really appreciate it. This project is one of the biggest things I've done in my entire life, I would say, because it took me half a year of preparation, research, pre-shootings, and a lot of self-discipline to finish it. YouTube is my actually after-work project aside of the full-time job, So it takes me quite a lot of time to make a new video. So I'm truly happy to have it done. It is such a relief. Quick reminder to check my online shop, the link I will leave in the description below. Also, leave the comment what was your favorite Secese building in Prague. Maybe I forgot some, please let me know. And what kind of art style you want me to cover up next. And don't forget to subscribe that you don't miss a new content. In the end of the video, I wanted to say, get inspired, create, because this is the source of life. Thank you so much for watching and see you in next videos.